Welcome everybody to the Crit Files, your once weekly follow-up to the hit actual play podcast, The In at the End. We are following up on our third session, I guess.
Yeah.
Of season 2, where our characters left the comfort of Quilton.
Okay, so this isn't a beholder, right?
It's a stat block of a beholder I've sent against some level 1 guys.
Well, the way you were describing
it sounded
eye stalks,
like a beholder.
Eye stocks for sure. I mean, but also I do try and steer away from the Wizards of the Coast intellectual property stuff. So mind flayers, beholders.
Yeah,
there's another big one.
It's not a beholder; it's a me holder.
It's
you holder.
Or
it's a demon.
It's a gross thing, but I'm going to throw a javelin at it, so it's fine.
I don't know why. The way you described it at first, you said eye stalks and all this sort of stuff, and I instantly went to Moana, the crab monster.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, sure,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which, doesn't make any sense. I don't think you mentioned anything about
Flight
a
of the
crab
Conchords.
monster.
No.
But I'm sorry for interrupting. I just the beholder thing was just it was itching at me.
The description was good and gross.
Good. That's what I was going for.
Yeah.
The
this
slash
thing is
that
gross.
makes the mouth, the stalks.
Also,
all those things.
I felt really cool telling Brooch to, don't bitch out, bro. Let's do this.
Sarah.
Yeah. Sarah, the goat getter.
Annette.
And Annette,
Is that
which we've
Annette's name?
established is an Afghan.
That's
That you
even
always
better.
keep with you.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's my safety net.
Aw.
Yeah, but we had some little combat encounters. We got to show
I did
what
2 points of
I-
damage.
I just want to know what's the deal with Sarah, because when we went to talk
that
to
felt
her,
sus.
it was like Ace is totally cool with it. He's like, yeah, she's just an entrepreneur. She's out getting stuff. And in my head, I was just going, what is her deal? Why is Alex putting her in here?
She's not supposed to be there.
The problem with Alex is
100%.
that
She's not
he will
supposed to be
sometimes
there.
do that just
I know.
because he knows we're going to think
And
about that.
He kept saying she's flustered because 5 guys are here, and I'm like okay, there's a bunch of meta levels to that, but also is it because she's fucking doing something she's not supposed to be doing, or is it just because
it definitely felt like she was not supposed to be getting these goats.
yeah,
Yeah.
she's like a goat moonshiner.
Yeah.
But
Because you guys are in an area that you're not supposed to be in.
Oh,
It's pretty much the Wild West.
Yeah.
Oh, so she's poaching.
But it's also like
She's goat poaching.
it's also like one of those things
Boot
where
goofing and goat poaching.
we're like, you're not supposed to be here. We're not supposed to be here.
Right.
Anyway, let us help you get that goat and
Have,
have
a good
great
day. Why don't you give us some money for it?
Yeah. I think at that point she realized they know what's going on now.
Yeah.
And so I'll just pay them off.
Or
and
at
I'll be
least
fine.
they're cool enough.
Isn't that
with
funny?
whatever's
But we
happening.
didn't.
But right.
But we didn't.
We thought she was doing a legitimate job.
What if this plants the seeds? We get all mixed up in the criminal underbelly that we had no idea.
We just think we're helping a nice lady.
Yeah, we
and
just
she's
keep-
like,
yeah.
can you go kill this person?
we
for
keep
me?
finding
Of
ourselves
course.
in situations where they keep giving us money for helping, and it's all criminal shit. That's funny.
Classic us.
Yeah, classic.
yeah.
Do we have a name for our adventuring party yet, or is it too early?
It's too early. I think we'll figure that out. Especially once we've,
Got level 3.
we hit adulthood.
Yeah.
We actually have our characters kind of more figured out, but we are kind of getting our dynamic down, so that's
Yeah.
really cool. But
No, I'm definitely digging that.
Because the goat getters could be a good name.
Simon just jumping in there. That did not feel like a Caleb kind of move.
No.
Yeah.
that was it's like the most different character Caleb's played.
I was surprised at how surprised everyone was. I was like, oh, so is this what D&D is?
I'm role playing.
well, it's funny because
Don't do what I want to do?
you always get into role playing, but there is an element of
Always.
Yeah, right.
Always, yeah.
There's an element that's and I don't want to say it's like an element of Caleb, but there's
It
an
is.
element
I
that
mean-
your characters all share.
Yeah,
you know?
it's hard to
Very
you know,
cautious.
being the least experienced in D&D, I'm still trying to get out of that
You've
habit.
been playing for 5 years
No.
now.
But if
We
you pay
really
pay
can't say
attention to
that.
how I word it, though. Pay attention to how I word it. I say I'm the newest player in the group. I don't say I'm new to D&D. But for real, I don't know what I'm doing ever. So I mean, but this time I'm following that curiosity. He is rambunctious. He's curious. He loves the natural world and wants to like play with it.
Well, honestly, that's a cat.
Yeah, I was gonna say
He's
curiosity.
describing a cat, which is
Curiosity
perfect.
killed the cat.
Yeah,
And so-
which is perfect.
And so, like, even from the beginning, when we started off in the classroom, like Simon's brain was not in the classroom at all. He was outside, chasing things. So this was any sort of live adventure that he can get into is exactly right up his alley. Like he wants to explore. He wants to see new things. He wants to like play and study creatures and things like that. So
I just loved it. Like when you said that,
Yeah.
I was like,
Well, and
we
I
got
think
a real character here.
if you think about like if you've ever owned a cat or a dog that likes to get out, anytime you open a door and you're like trying to use your foot to keep it in, like that's what I envisioned for Simon at that moment.
You're right,
you guys
right.
just brought down the door and Simon's like, yeah.
But I love that you think that we would be trying to stop you. Like, we don't care.
Yeah.
Like, we're not your parents.
Yeah. I don't know. I think it's great. I think this is fun.
Yeah.
That's
I
pretty-
think
that's
this is a fun
great.
group.
yeah, really good.
That's
I
what it's
enjoyed that.
about. Like you got to find that dynamic with every new character.
Bingo.
So I'm still figuring out with Ebenezer, with Ben. I've been going a lot back and forth with Alex about who he's going to be as an adult when we come back at level 3, but who he is as a kid, I'm just like really trying to narrow down. I had this idea that I just kind of wanted to play him as like a lawful good, like not necessarily like a goody two shoes, but like a very just like. Yeah, we're out doing stuff because that's what kids do. We're looking after the youngins while getting into adventures because that's what you do. Like,
Just a hometown boy.
yeah, hometown
Yeah.
boy, all American.
The boy of the boys are the boys are back in town.
Exactly. Yeah. Not like I'm gonna be the first one to get into the scrap, but I ain't gonna ever back down either.
In fact, you'll probably push somebody into it first,
yeah.
and then.
I don't need
involved.
to when Simon's around.
Well, yeah.
And Simon's gonna get into it, and I'll be there.
Yep.
My battle axe. But
Do you want to let everyone listening know why you've been so mean to me tonight?
I don't know. I don't know why. I thought it was cute, but then you keep pointing out. I'm like, I'm an asshole. I'm like, jeez.
I thought I was being cute.
I really did. And then every time I was like, I gotta pump the brakes.
And then it was like every 10 minutes. Damn, I
seconds.
got
I keep
back
tapping
up.
the gas for some reason.
There was a couple times though I didn't say things that I wanted to say.
Well,
Well,
thank
it's just
you.
always that moment of like, I should pump the brakes. Boy, it would be funny if I just did it right now. Boy, that adds to how funny it would be.
Yeah.
What did you guys think of the combat? I tried to add quite a bit of combat, but
liked it.
not as dangerous.
It was streamlined. It felt like, I liked the worm fight. It made me feel.
The variety was good.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
your monsters were intimidating enough that I'm trying to figure out like, oh shoot, should we be dealing with this? But then you get that first kill and you're like, yeah, we can.
Right.
The confidence
Yes.
of young men,
Yeah.
like.
Yeah.
And I think I could see that being an interesting dynamic later. It's like we won all of our first fights, like we got that cockiness a little bit.
Yeah.
And maybe this won't be the case moving forward from this next one. Ace was so much fun to play as usual. Just jumping off and going straight up the thing. Definitely very similar to Simon.
Yours probably looked cooler though.
He's always up to just go forward and move forward. I'm really kind of curious, like the dynamic with Ace and Val. I feel like in combat we're gonna be badass.
Oh yeah.
Like my like spear mastery mixed with sentinel, and like I'm seeing like a really cool like meshing that can go on there.
I'm getting that this is going to be our least diverse party.
I don't know.
Yeah, I was definitely hearing like the buzzing sounds, and I'm like, does anyone cast magic here?
Not yet.
No, not yet. Yeah. I mean, so far we have 3 people that swing blunt objects and a person that shoots arrows.
Yeah.
Like
Here, I'll get that fly.
that's diverse for D&D, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, that's something that I was kind of considering, like, moving forward with my character. I haven't even talked to Alex about this yet, but, like the place that I imagine Ace going to is going to be a more magical place, more chaotic, more warring kind of place. And I was thinking of like transitioning him into like magic adept or telekinesis. And
Those were two that I was looking at too.
And then just doing away with spear mastery. But after using spear mastery at a night, like that is such a cool feat.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah, that's cool.
And if it helps you make your decision, I am for sure multi-classing into magic. So eventually, so I'm going to be martial for sure, but I will have access to, if that makes sense.
No, yeah. But yeah, I was thinking about it like the last couple weeks, and it's like I really like that idea of like this weird barbarian that like has like some magical abilities, but it only like comes out in his like anger, and I don't know.
I've always wanted to do like a barbarian moon druid. Like just get that rage and turn into a brown bear or something.
Yeah.
You know? Like start
like a
womping
real
on
life
people.
berserker.
Yeah, exactly. You know, there's something really cool there. I was kind of considering that for this one. Like a druid was really high on my list, but I kind of just decided I wanted to go with something completely different because druid was always like my class for a long time.
So what class have you kind of landed on?
Well, I am a paladin right now.
Okay.
But then I'm going to multi-class into a warlock and do a hexblade.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
So
That is one of my favorite combos.
Yeah, it's going to be
I've definitely
dope.
played several of those.
I'm like looking at my stats and like, you know, and I know Alex was really generous with like, oh yeah, no, like once you get to level 3, we can really kind of figure it out. And but I have my stats built as though I'm going to be a hexblade. And I'm like swinging my sword like, oh God.
It doesn't even matter.
Yeah, it really doesn't matter. Okay, what's the number on the dice? All right. Because the hexblades get to add their charisma to their their attack bonus. So,
And I kept forgetting to add I have like a natural enemy marker or something like that. I can do an extra D4 on things.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
All those little things that
yeah.
I always forget about.
What does Mummy think about all of?
Yeah, what
all
does
of
Mummy
this?
how's
think?
Mummy doing?
Yeah,
Is she
is
okay?
Mummy okay? Like,
Fuck you guys.
Yeah, the characters aren't here now.
Yeah.
No, we're
you
talking.
guys.
We're talking to Dash.
This is real time.
oh yeah.
We're talking to Dash.
I think Mother she'll be fine. It'll be okay. The thing that I keep laughing at is that, you know, the way you guys view my character now compared to when I'm level 3.
I can
and
imagine.
it's funny because Alex is laughing because he knows.
Yeah.
It's gonna be really great, and I'm so.
Are you
going to
be a hexblade too?
yeah, I am. Yeah, no. Yeah, so I'm just excited for that turn.
Do you want to give us a hint of that, or do you want to save it all?
No, not at all.
I'm excited.
I'm also excited about, and that's kind of how I kind of built this character for the first sessions for child and teenage years to be this very like goody two shoes kind of like. He just wants to please his mom. He's very into the church and stuff, and then.
Are you gonna be evil?
So I'm just excited. I'm just excited for
We're going to an evil campaign. Yeah, no wonder he was so excited to take that 10 gold off that person.
So maybe we should just start bullying him now.
We are.
Wait, what have you been doing?
I haven't been
Yeah,
bullying.
no, I'll
start.
I've definitely been
right, there you
bullying Val.
I don't
it's a
bully
good
Val
time.
unless it has to do with Melora.
Because Simon sees Val as a friend, and so automatically will defend Val.
I get the feeling, because we're both paladins, I get the feeling that we're going to also like rotate these roles as we get to level 3 as well. Because, because like I'm teasing you for liking Melora, but I have this idea of like where I want to go. And I basically told Alex, like, I get the sense Dash is going somewhere, and as long as I don't step on his toes, you know, help guide me that we're not doing the same thing.
That would be so
and you
funny.
guys, you guys are definitely going in your own direction.
Good.
Yeah. If Dash's character became an atheist and yours became ultra religious.
Well, and I don't exactly know what I'm doing, but that's been my idea is like, I have no problem with religion, but I kind of make fun of him for over-religioning.
Right.
Yeah.
And then I'm thinking maybe I do go that way and lean into that paladin aspect or something. I don't know exactly yet.
That's
but
funny.
Yeah.
That's really funny.
But I enjoy playing the character that just kind of like harasses everybody and like equally kind of like spreads it around. And I think that's just fun.
Got any weed?
All right.
But yeah, it's been fun kind of figuring this out. I'm excited to see what this monster is when we murder it.
And I think starting off the way that we did with Quiet Year and then these kids and stuff, I think it's brilliant.
It's a whole other
such
dynamic.
a rich
It's a whole other
introduction to this.
dynamic.
It's been slow, but I think we are really gonna feel the effects of it as we get into the main, the rest of the campaign.
It really kind of informs how, because like I feel like I know the type of person that comes from Quilton, you know?
Right.
And
Right.
so when you're saying like you're a hometown boy, we all know what that means
Right,
for
right.
Quilton, you know, like. So that's what's fun about it.
And it's just becoming more and more alive the more and more I think about it off the clock. Like I've been I almost brought a quilt tonight. like
you know, I got one right here on the side of the thing. It's a quilt that folds into a pillow.
But I like the idea that Simon probably has a family quilt, like we talked about. Somebody was wearing a tartan or something, a family's quilt design. And I can't help but think like my bedroll is probably the quilt that my family would have produced.
All of our bedrolls are just
yeah. I think so. It only makes sense.
It's very colorful
really
campfire.
does.
Yeah. I mean, on the top of my bed is a quilt my mother-in-law's made.
Bingo.
It's
I've got
very
one my
much in
grandma
that
made.
vein.
Yeah.
I wanted to
I can
ask
picture it.
Alex, is there anything from our childhood and these teen years, anything that's like gonna help inform future like campaigns or adventures we go on?
I think a little bit. Mostly, what I'm using this time for is to give you guys stuff that you can latch on to, like this temple. Not to give too much away, but I'm not planning on having anybody else kind of take this place over. Like this will always be a place that has some memory to you for
Kind
what
of like
you're
a
doing
clubhouse.
here. Yeah.
Cool.
But there's little things that I'm trying to put in there that are Easter eggs or point to what the story is I'm coming up with for the future.
We're going to be finding a lot
and
of
to your
bugs.
backstories.
A lot of nasty bugs.
Yeah, but nothing too major. I
Okay.
don't think I've been able to put in yet.
What do you think so far of our group?
This group is amazing. I'm like we've been saying, how we've started this has been very fun, very very rich for the development, and I'm so much enjoying the camaraderie that everyone has, and knowing kind of where some of your characters are going, knowing kind of what the return is going to look like. I'm so excited for.
It's a lot
this,
different.
This change, when you kind of come back as adults and have to deal with new challenges.
The last time that we were in Haven was when we were chaotic amateurs, and when we all got our party together, there was a lot of like distrust at first, or sort of figuring out who.
Yeah.
But this is like, it's kind of fun because it's been a lot more baked in,
Yeah.
and I feel like there is the trust that's already there.
Yeah,
we're Quilton boys,
But it's got the dynamics of, yes, we're all from the same town. We're all familiar and comfortable with each other. But that doesn't necessarily mean we get along or we like each other. Like
you bicker.
Like growing up, you may have a best friend that sours for a while, and then you become friends again or whatever. And I feel like that's exactly what's happening in this group. Like we have friends that we're frustrated with frequently, but and so I like that kind of dynamic, a little more realistic relational dynamic in it. I think.
Yeah. I think that was the first inception. Like the inception of the idea was to kind of flip that idea of when you start out with your characters. Most D&D games, it's these people from a lot of different backgrounds coming together. How does that work?
Yeah.
And trying to push that forward, which works. We've all done it.
No, it's definitely
But like,
interesting.
what if you didn't do that? What if everyone grew up together and had a similar backstory? How would that work?
We don't need a buy-in. The buy-in is
already there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think.
I love
I'm
the
just so
idea of just
excited.
going out into the world and they're like, watch out for them Quilton boys.
Yeah. Beware.
They always bury their enemies in a quilt.
That's why we get caught so much. We got a dead giveaway.
What? Scary movies when somebody's walking through a forest and it's all dark and gloomy and misty, and then all of a sudden there's like an effigy that's spooky.
Instead of like,
yeah.
What if it was just a quilt
Yeah.
Just
in
a
the
quilt
middle of the
hanging.
woods?
Yeah.
yeah.
And it's all foggy.
Honestly,
and
that
dark.
would be pretty creepy.
Yeah.
The Quilt of the Woods.
You guys haven't seen my homebrew monster animated quilt.
Oh gosh.
Yes, pile of quilts.
Quilt, yeah.
Yeah.
Swarm of quilts.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. I was going to say, it was definitely having Diablo 2 flashbacks of the swarms of flies
Yes.
in the
Yeah.
choke point.
Yeah.
At the desert
Yeah,
levels.
exactly. Yeah, Act 2, Diablo 2.
I hate that. Or the beetles that shoot out electricity.
Mm-hmm.
This is fun, guys. I'm having fun.
For sure.
Yeah, I'm digging this.
Well, anybody want to? Because we could just keep going, but I'll bring this in for landing unless anybody has anything to say. Which no, okay, great, guys. This has been the Crypt Files, our once weekly follow up to the hit actual play podcast, The In at the End. We will be back Monday, following up what happens here in the Temple of Melora and the Spreader of the Mists Temple thing. Fuck yeah. Till then, grab your sword, keep on adventuring.